Here's a story. I took my son one on his bar mitzvah, and we went to New York, and we traveled around over there. We went to the different places. We went to a museum. We went to different places, and then when we were there, so we were approached by three people, two sort of big men, and a woman was standing in front of them. And she said, "Are you a rabbi?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Do you read the prophets?" So I said, "Yes." I thought, well, here it is, that just like you said, that the non-Jews will come and ask about the seven Noahide commandments, and they're running, the prophecies of Jeremiah, and, they're going to come running and rushing to hear the truth. So it's not true. They were, in fact, they were missionaries. So they said, well, why does it say this? And why does it say this? And Isaiah, it says here, and this, it says there, it says this. So I said to them, listen, I've heard all this stuff before. I really don't want to hear, it again. I know what you're trying to say. I just want to ask you a very simple question. Can I ask you a question instead of you asking me questions? And they said, okay. So they said, well, can you answer my question? So I said, listen, you don't want any answers. You just want to ask questions. That's what you want to do. You want to ask questions. You're not interested in that. I just want to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? Yes. It's about from the Bible. The Bible says, of course, we know the whole Bible. We know the whole Bible. So I said, okay. And so I said, my question is like this. Is God spiritual? They said, what? I said, that's my question. Is God spiritual? So they looked at each other like, this is a rabbi. Who are we talking to? So they said, of course, God is spiritual. God's spiritual. So I said, well, I'm surprised you don't know the first sentence of the Bible. So they said, what are you talking about? The first sentence, of course we do. We know the whole Bible. First sentence in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So I said, there you go. So they said, what do you mean? So I said, God is not spiritual. The heavens, it says God created the heavens and the earth. The heavens is the spiritual, and the earth is the physical. God created the heavens and the earth. Spiritual is only creation. God created the spiritual. I said, in other words, if you think God is spiritual, what that means is that our God creates your God. They just looked at me and they left. And that's what we say in our prayers. Ein Kelokeinu, there's nothing like our God. Ein Kelokeinu, Incarnated, there's nothing like our God. Our God is not a spiritual God. Our God creates the spiritual, creates the physical, creates all existence. After I said this to them, I started thinking to myself, maybe what I said is really true. Maybe I should start thinking about this. And it became more and more real to me, the whole idea that the God of the Jews is infinitely close to us, but at the same time, infinitely distant from us, totally incomprehensible. That's the God of Israel. Ein Kelokeinu, nothing like our God. Have a good day with Mashiach now.